guys, we are back on the brokerage today. Back in the E Trade account here, going over our weekly income, going over the good, bad, and ugly. So not too much ugly actually this week. We are up pretty good in the account this week. Had a lot of really good green days. Something I want to highlight and am very excited about is, so we've got our Misty position, if you guys know, which you'll learn here very soon. Misty's probably one of my favorite ETF plays out there for income. I mean, what they're doing over there is amazing, and I'll go over that in another video in more detail. But we are looking really nice. This was something I was placing call options on, or put options rather, at like $21 like a week ago. Now it's back up to 25. So we've retraced all of our losses in there for the most part. A 2% fall off is nothing. Like, based on the income that we're getting from this, that's awesome. That's a great deal. Jumping into it here, we're going to go over our Yield Max, which was one of our weeklies, and then we have QDTE again for the week. Those are going to be probably the ones you see the most often, just because they have weekly. Most of the other ones I have in here are going to be a monthly, so some of these might be a little repetitive. I'm going to try to add in other information, things about drip, all that fun stuff as we go. Jumping back into the Yield Max fund here. So we had a great week, 17-cent payout per share. We're up to 330 shares now, which is awesome. I'm actually re-recording this because my recording last time, for whatever reason, left out my entire payment thing here. So I've already plugged in the payment. We got $56.10 payment for the week, which is great. Last month, just to tally it up, we made $187 in income off of last month, which is awesome. We're up to a 16% return in the account, which is awesome. We're nearing that $1,000 in this year for dividends collected off this thing. So that's just rent every single month that we're just collecting every single week. We're stacking that up, stacking more income into the account here. I've got the May 1st payout in there. We'll go ahead and move on to our QDTE position here. So QDTE also had another weekly payout this week. It was a little on the low end here. We 21. It's about average actually for what we've been getting in this fund. We're kind of bleeding out in this one. We've had a lot of really negative days in this one. We're down. Let's see, QDTE. We're down 22%, which isn't huge. I mean, it's a good chunk. You lose a fourth of your money that you put in. But we're not really too worried about the net worth of the account. Like, net worth wise, it should be at 30. I'm coming up to 26. Really, all I care about though is the monthly income. What we're stacking every month in income off of these stocks. We're eventually wanting this to replace our W-2 income and make it to where we don't have to work a normal job if we don't want to, which is awesome. And definitely a really good place to be going forward. So QDTE, like I was saying, we're looking at 21 cents. I also got this one plugged into the calculator as well. This one, it's been doing all right. It was more expensive than the Yield Max funds. We're looking at $41, almost $42, which sometimes you pick good ones, sometimes you don't. I'm almost at a 12% return on my money for this one, which is great. This last week, we did $90 in dividend income for the month, which it is all right. That's not terrible. We're collecting income every single month. Something I'm really excited about. We go down here to transactions. I'm not going to make you guys do the math on it. I obviously already did the math. And what we did for the month of April, we actually totally crushed our goal. Our goal was to produce over $1,000 in income between option premium and dividends. And man, we did $1,073 and some change. The exact number being $1,073.06 in premium that we collected in the month of April, which is awesome. I'm going to try to amp that up just a little bit this month. My goal is to do $1,300 in option premium and dividends. I think that's totally doable. We're definitely very bullish right now on the crypto market and that space. Which actually leads me into something I wanted to share with you guys. So I haven't really gotten into call options at all, like how I structure my deals or anything, but wanted to start briefing on that a little bit. So this last week rather, we had a really green day. We're still having another green day in Mara here, and what I did is I promised to. So as you can see, Mara, I bought 100 shares at an average $15 per share, and I want to get back to cash. So that I just have some dry powder to be able to use for anything else that goes on sale going forward. And so what I've been doing is I've been selling a what's called a call position. And that call position is basically a promise. I'm getting paid for my promise to sell Mara at $15 per share. Well, why would you do that, Garrett? Why would you sell or promise to sell your shares at that? Well, because there's value in that promise. The value in that promise is actually, if I go back to transactions here, was $41.47 for selling that from May 1st to May the 9th. So for 6 days in the market being open, what's going to happen is a couple of different things. Either I'm going to get to collect that $41 in premium, which was click and get paid, literally added to my my cash amount right off the bat, which was huge. Like that's something I can use to buy more shares, just used for whatever. That promise is either the stock is going to stay under $15 and I'm going to collect that $41 for free and it's going to expire worthless. Or it's going to go over that $15 amount, which I'm would be happy to have happen because then I would sell at $15. Say this thing goes up to $16. Yes, I lose out on the, $100 gain that I could have had from it going from 15 to 16, but I got paid to do that. I got paid $41. So, and that's just a click and get paid basically, which is awesome. I can then go in here and what I'm going to do today is a little bit more advanced, but something that I could do from there is I could come in here and sell a put, which is the opposite of a call. Basically, it's a promise to buy those shares. I would be selling a put, which would be promising to buy those shares. And let's say I do it at $14, just for fun. We'll do it at $14. That's going to be lower than our dollar cost average, and that's a great. I think that's a great deal for Mara shares. And look at that for putting up $1,400 in capital, I am getting paid $45 in premium on this, which is awesome. So and I'm going to do this live here. Check this out, 45.48. I'll actually go back to complete view really fast. You can see, look at my available cash, $314.52. We're going to go back into this, go options, go Mara, which is just Marathon Holdings. This is another crypto play that you guys will see. Like a lot of my account is in crypto, primarily in Bitcoin. These guys do a lot of other mining for other things as well, but crypto is primarily what they do. They're a mining company, all of that fun stuff. I'll dive into that in another video actually for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and place order though. Order has been placed. So I promised to buy, if it goes below $14, I promised to buy another 100 shares of Mara at that $14 amount. And look at that, 361 is my income now off of that. I'm sure you noticed my margin purchasing power. So I actually used margin for this, which is a little bit more advanced. I basically am borrowing $1,400 from the brokerage account at 6% interest, and am going to get paid. Let's see. So that the cost to borrow this would be, we're looking at about $7 a month. Obviously, I did a week contract for that, so it'd actually be, about $1.06 is what it cost me to borrow that $1,400, and I gained $45, which is amazing. Like that's something that, like, if worst case, if this ends up buying those shares of Mara, I can then turn around and sell. I can double it up and sell 2 calls on. Let's see. So come in here next week. If it ends up closing, I can come in here and sell 2 options for this, and look at that. It cost me $1.06, $1.06 to make $108, $109 almost in income off of this. Obviously, this is a little bit more high risk, and I have a lot more knowledge that I can share with you guys on how I'm structuring these deals. But yeah, that's huge. Like borrowing money from the brokerage account and then using that money to make more money is amazing. Like that's leverage. That's what we're doing here. That's part of my strategy. And yeah, that's going to be amazing. Like being able to collect $100 a week roughly in income here. I mean, if I did this, let's say I went crazy on this and I just did it all the way through the end of the month. I mean, wow. To sell it for more than I bought it for at this point, and get paid $240, not even to sell it, but just to promise to sell it, is huge. And that's for the month. I'm making $240 a month. That's pretty impactful. That's Aurelius, our cat's food. That's, snacks for the week. That's whatever I want that to be. Again, that's for lifestyle, baby, which is awesome. I think that's really all I've got to share with you guys today. We went through our dividend trackers. Really excited for this month. We've got earnings coming up on MSTY here shortly. I'm seeing all of the information I'm seeing is that this MSTY dividend is going to be, so it's $1.33 last month. It's been kind of performing a little low, but we're looking at hopefully a $2 above payment is the target for this one, which would be amazing. I mean, we'd be collecting about $400 in income for this month, which would definitely boost us towards that $1,300 goal. Awesome. But yeah, this has been Garrett. This has been the Grandmaster Investor channel here, talking about strategy. If you like this content, you want more content like this, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to come out with a video like this every Friday or Saturday. Let me know let me know in the comments what do you think would be better? Come out this video on a Friday afternoon, or come out with this video Saturday morning. Have it with your morning coffee. Watch the video. Make sure to like. Let me know in the comments again. Like I said, if you have any questions or anything. And this has been Garrett. Peace.